Hi, it's Nikki Coffin here from Centred Excellence. Now, I got asked a question this week about hiring resources, and I thought it would be really useful to record my answer if either you're looking to hire a resourcer or you've perhaps had problems with hiring the wrong person in the past. So here is the question from Tammy. So, hi Nikki, we are currently recruiting 2 resources, and for some reason I've always found it really difficult to hold on to resourcing staff. We've tried at various levels, so rookies through to experience, and to be honest, nobody really cuts the mustard. So in your opinion, what would you look for in a good resourcer? So that's the question from Tammy. Now, there's a couple of things that are really important here. And the first thing is that when you're hiring anybody, you need to hire initially based on attitude and personality before you hire on skill. Because you can always teach somebody how to do something, but you can't teach somebody how to, for example, have urgency or to be tenacious and driven. They've either got it hardwired into their personality or not. And for me, no matter how much experience somebody has in a role, there is an absolute need to have certain behaviours hardwired into make a good resourcer that you just can't teach somebody. So here are the criteria that I'd be looking for when you're hiring a good resourcer. So they need to be admin proficient, so they need to be able to spell and do grammar. They also need to know how to use a computer. And in terms of hardwired attitudes and behaviour, they need to be confident on the phone, a good communicator and a good relationship builder. They also need to have persistence and tenacity in absolute bundles. I find being competitive is important, also the ability to think for themselves and solve problems. And it's really important that they are coachable and being able to learn something and then take action on that learn really, really quickly. They need to have the ability to prioritise what's important. Also somebody who is a quick learner and somebody who can follow a process, who can start and complete a process, who's got attention to detail. Now, on top of all of these things, you also need somebody with a sense of urgency, who is goal orientated and is solutions focused. So they focus on solving problems rather than creating. Now, for me, where most companies fall down when they recruit is, first of all, they don't even have an interview process, let alone one that's uniform across the business. They don't look and test for evidence of key behaviours when they hire, and they hire based on gut. And also they ask the wrong type of questions. So they would ask a question, how do you go about building relationships? Which, by the way, is a totally hypothetical question, because somebody could make up the answer on what they might do, versus, can you give me an example of a time when you actually built a relationship from scratch? What was the situation? What did you do? What was the outcome? And how were you involved? Now, to answer that question, they have to go into fact and real life situations. So those are the type of questions that you need to ask. Now, it's also really crucial that you test for certain behaviours in the interview process. And here are some ideas of how to do that. So you can use real life situations and scenarios, role plays, competency-based questions. Also look at their CV, because if you look at somebody's background, even if they've not got any experience, there'll be certain things which are in their background. So for example, almost everyone that I've worked with who's been really successful in recruitment and even resourcing has had a job through school and university. They will normally be head of sports, the head boy, head girl. They will be head of debating. They might be an absolute expert at mountain climbing, but they have something quirky about themselves that makes them stand out from the crowd. And it's also likely that they've had a really tough or traumatic scenario that's happened in their life that they have had to really break through. And, you know, it might be that there wasn't a lot of money when they were growing up, so they wanted to create something where they have an abundance of money, or they had a really traumatic situation where they had to take control of a family event. Something where they've had to work over and beyond to achieve something. So those are the type of people that you want to look for. And the other thing I would say is hire slow, fire fast. As Dan Jacobs from Apple says, you'd rather have a hole in your team than an arsehole. So it's better not to hire somebody than actually to have somebody who's not quite right. Wait for the right person, and I promise you they are out there. So there are my tips on hiring a good resource. I hope you found that useful. Now, if you like what we have to share or what I've said to you today, we are offering a free, what we call Profit Accelerator discovery session for recruitment business owners and senior directors in recruitment. And this is a free coaching call where we work with you to uncover the hidden profit levers in your business, areas that you can focus on that will make significant return in results very quickly. And we've got 10 slots that are up for grabs that you can apply for one of the sessions now if you click through to this link. They're totally complimentary. The only thing that you need to invest is your time and also filling out the application form. So if you need help in anything that's linked around building a recruitment business, whether it's people development, business development, strategic development, helping you to refine your mojo, whatever it may be, then you can apply for one of these free sessions and we will be very pleased to help you. So all you need to do is to click on this link.